Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 170.
170.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
2 locations.
And they just got a bunch of Disneyland Diamond merchandise in.
That's right. 60th anniversary stuff. Really cool. We just saw the big 60th float in the parade today. The Rose Bowl parade. Pretty awesome. Also, our official travel agency, Pixie Vacations.
Can you believe it's just about 2 months until the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival?
I cannot
I'm very
believe
excited about that. And this is a great time to start thinking about making those travel plans.
That's right. And also our official ticket agency, Maple Leaf Tickets, the best deals on tickets in town. Be sure to check them out. We are going to check out lots and lots of holiday goodness this week.
And we will be starting off with the Fort Wilderness Golf Cart Parade, their Christmas Golf Cart Parade, which is a lot smaller than the one at Halloween.
Right, especially this year. The Halloween parade was super duper long, but this is still a great parade. There's Donald himself leading off the parade, and there's one of your favorites, Vader.
Yes, and a lot of the other ones were mostly just decorated carts, regular decorations like holiday decorations, but quite a bit of Star Wars, just like in Halloween.
That's right. There were a few standouts, and we're going to get to those in a minute. I like the float that's coming up, though, with Santa Claus sitting on the chair. It kind of reminds me of the skeleton on the toilet that was on top of a cart in Halloween.
You told me you thought it was a toilet. Well,
it looked like he was sitting on a throne of some kind, so who knows?
Here you have Santa just kind of hanging off of a snow globe there.
I think this ended up being the winner. It is the Star Wars AT-AT. I think it's tremendous. They did a great job.
It was the winner. And they actually knew that we'd probably be coming, and they tagged me on Instagram about it and then told us that they won.
And we saw that cart late at night when we came back from the Magic Kingdom, too. And there is Darth Vader with his lightsaber.
Star Wars was big this year. Was there even any Frozen? I'm not sure that there was any Frozen in this.
There's a dog.
Yes,
I like that.
Several dogs in the parade this time.
But you're right. I did not see any Frozen. And it's Christmas time. You think you would see Frozen, but
it's
I'm okay. I'm not too upset about that.
So it'll be interesting to see what next Halloween will be, if it's going to be a lot of Star Wars. And there was turkey.
The turkeys were kind of holding up the traffic there at the end of the parade, and I thought that was really cool. So another golf cart parade, Christmas golf cart parade in the books.
It's like
I can't wait to come back again. Wait a minute, I just got that. That is not very nice for those turkeys.
No, it's good.
They're on their way to their doom.
Thanksgiving isn't till next year again.
And here comes Donald Duck. It was the Christmas Eve, by the way. This was on Christmas Eve, and Donald had a meet and greet, and it was nice to see him in his winter gear, although it was about 85 degrees, maybe 88. It was very hot this night.
Actually, it's been hot almost every day. The first day it's going to be chilly is this weekend, and then rainy and chilly for our Osborne Lights dinner.
That's right.
So
the final night
weird.
of the Osborne Lights this Sunday, depending on when you're listening or watching this show. Anyway, it was great to meet Donald. I always like this. Christmas Eve is such a great time. That's our tradition. We go to Fort Wilderness on Christmas Eve. There's the tree, and they have the horse-pulled buggy back there. And there it is, Santa Claus. We met Santa giving us the thumbs up there.
Yeah, I think that the photo ended up being dark, so it's a little bit...
Yes. Well, we had a little diversion, though. We heard Mickey and Minnie were meeting over there at the Grand Floridian, so we took a boat and another boat, and we made it over to the Grand just in time to see Mickey and Minnie.
Except my camera died on this night. The shutter died. Now I have a new camera,
That's
but our photos didn't turn out so good after
That's
this.
right. That's why, because we had to rely on the iPhone. It wasn't quite as good as your Nikon, but we have a new one, so all is good. But this was wonderful meeting Mickey and Minnie in their Victorian garb here at the Grand Floridian. What a great night. This was Christmas Eve, so it was a very crowded night.
During the week leading up to Christmas, they have characters at the different resorts. Like, not every night would be Grand Floridian, Mickey and Minnie, but there were
every
several
other
nights,
night,
right?
or every third night.
So we didn't get as many resorts this year as we usually do, so that was a little disappointing. But it was still, especially the Grand, we try to make it to every year.
Yeah, I thought the Grand was tremendous. I love these outfits, kind of like their Easter outfits they have at the Grand on
I think
Easter
it's
Sunday.
Almost just like hers, but he looks like he's in a smoking
Yeah, he has his
jacket.
smoking jacket, very classy.
It actually
mouse.
looks really nice.
So anyway, that was great. Then we went back to Fort Wilderness. I should mention we also had our traditional Christmas Eve dinner at Trails End, and it was one of the best experiences ever. And as a bonus, we found out 10% discount if you have a Disney Visa card.
Right. But like Tables in Wonderland was not taken just as on other holidays. But then he was like, well, do you have a DVC or Disney Visa? So that was nice.
That was a nice little
I like
bonus.
a discount.
So we walk around and looked at the decorations before ending our Christmas Eve night. And of course, Darth Vader. What a festive thing to see Darth Vader holding a Christmas present. And of course, the hitchhiking ghosts. They seem to be there every year. We see them on Christmas Eve.
And I get asked on the Instagram, like, where do they come from? I have no idea. Like, I don't know.
Someday we'll actually see the people and we'll have to
Maybe.
ask them. We also went to Legoland. We spent the week between Christmas and New Year's catching up on all the things we didn't make it
We're
to.
still doing that.
We're still doing that,
And we're not
actually.
done doing that
We
yet.
have not done
Till the
Universal,
3rd.
so
Right.
we will be doing that tomorrow. But anyway, Legoland was great. I loved the Christmas Bricktacular. That's their Christmas celebration they have there. What a good time.
500,000 Duplo. Is that what it said? Duplo in Lego bricks? That's a lot of bricks.
That is a lot of bricks. They also have a scavenger hunt, and they have all these Santa Claus figures, Lego figures, hidden around the, what is that area called?
That's Miniland.
Miniland, that's right, Miniland. And we found a few, and there
With
is
Sven.
Mr. Claus right there.
You got a lot of
Was that Sven?
No. It
I
looked
don't
like
think
Sven,
it was
though.
Sven. There's no Lego Sven. Well, there could be.
There could be. I bet there is because
Yeah.
they make frozen kits.
And they had special Lego sculptures here. They had Santa Claus and the reindeer, and you could pose for a picture, which we did. I'm not showing that, but we sat in the sleigh and had our picture taken, so that was very nice, too.
It was actually very busy that day. I mean, it was... Legoland, if you ever go, is huge. So it doesn't, when you're walking around, it doesn't feel that busy, but like the attractions were busy and such. And also the toll booth was busy.
Yes. This was nice. We always like the characters, of course. And what was this guy called again?
He was like a soldier, toy soldier.
Oh, that's right. The Lego Toy Soldier. That's what he was called. And he was great. I enjoyed meeting him. It's very fun to see all these characters you're not used to meeting, especially the holiday ones.
Right. And there was just a couple of them on this day. We had the toy soldier, and then we had Santa, who we'll be seeing next.
Now, they also had many other meet and greets. They had the movie characters and things like that, but we were strictly doing Christmas time when we were there. And here he comes. It is Lego Santa, the most popular.
This was what Jeff was looking forward to all day. We did.
Yeah, he was cool.
We didn't just do Christmas. We did the Cypress Gardens area, which we'll do anytime we go to the park.
Nature walk, yeah.
Right. We are pass holders here, but Jeff was like, he wanted to make sure he was first in line for Santa and the toy soldiers.
But look at how cool he is. I loved it. Lego Santa, very, very good. So that was enjoyable. And you know, he must be popular because he's on the ticket. When you get that one-day ticket, he is the star of the ticket there. So.
Oh, I got a one-day ticket because I had to get...
You forgot your
I forgot my
pass.
annual pass, yep.
So that's how I know that. Anyway, great time. I would highly recommend Legoland for Christmas. Now we went to Epcot the day after that because we had to get in our traditional beer garden lunch/dinner at Germany. But... why not take a look around while we're in Epcot?
And I want to see Amy Grant. She's been my favorite singer since 1984.
That's right. Amy Grant was narrating the Candlelight. We're going to see that coming up. This is the area that they will have been using the day after we recorded this for New Year's Eve. This is New Year's Eve.
And it wasn't really that busy this day, which was nice. Like they were gearing up for the next day, which was probably a madhouse.
Right.
But we did another park the
That's
next
right.
day.
I think we planned wisely this
Yes.
whole time. This is the Fire-Breathing Dragon. They have very loud club music playing here, and it is absolute bedlam on New Year's Eve. We were nowhere near there, of course, on New Year's Eve.
I'm
but I
not a
did
fan
want to
of Epcot
show
New Year's
some of the
Eve.
bars. Now, they were doing soft opening of all the bars, so we're going to take a quick look at the various... what do they call
Libations.
it? Libations. What's wrong with me today? This is at Morocco.
Right. And we didn't buy anything. I like to drink at home.
Well, we did buy a
Just
small
like
little beverage in Germany, though.
Oh, that you did. You bought your beer. But
That's right.
I do get like the sangria over Jock Lindsay's, but not
It's like
too
a
much.
food and wine for booze, just for New Year's Eve.
Well, they have a little bit of food. Like at a couple of the booths had a little bit of food too.
Well, it really was interesting to check it out. Obviously, they were in prep mode, but I'm just glad to not have been in the craziness of yesterday.
Yes.
Although we've done it before, and it's not awful. You know, it can be good. It just, you have to plan accordingly.
Well, the difference is like 15 minutes Spaceship Earth versus like an hour and a half Spaceship Earth. So the day before was very nice.
So Germany Beer Garden, of course, our tradition. We got it in at the last second. I had to have the big beer, of course.
But no Christmas show.
Right. They had the decorations all still up, but they didn't do the Christmas songs and the lighting of the tree and things like that. So next year we'll have to go just a little earlier. But it's still a great show. I always love the beer garden. Never a bad time. And of course, you still had your bell ringers there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you didn't remember the bell ringers.
I forgot. I must have been up getting like the lines were kind of long at the buffet, so I was probably up there at the time.
So the real main reason we were there was this was the very last candlelight processional of the season. We always go to the final show on the final night, and it was just happened to be Amy Grant, one of your favorites, probably your favorite of all.
My favorite singer of all time.
And there's Dr. John Sinclair there also doing the conducting. He was the first, when we went to the very first one, and he did the last one.
And I would have liked to have seen, like through my camera, I can usually see her kind of up close, but I didn't have, all I had was the iPhone, so it didn't work out. But now,
through the wonder of
yes,
video,
now
you
I
can see her.
it.
See, now this is the first time you've actually seen her at all, isn't it?
It is. Like, I could see her from like the last row, but not too well. So I can actually see her face now.
It was a really good show, a great send-off, and a lot of energy. I like this lady on the top of the tree. She moves her head when she sings, so it was quite entertaining.
Yeah, she was fun.
So on New Year's Eve, we decided to try something new that, we try to do different things. We went to Disney's Animal Kingdom, and boy, I think we chose wisely. It was a great time. We're going to start off, though, looking at this Avatar construction. You could see one of the floating, what do they call it?
The rocks.
Floating boulders, floating rocks.
It's been there for like a month or so. Like, they haven't added any new rocks since then. But it's been sitting up here.
Well, it's kind of cool to see how they, the magic behind it, how it actually is being done. It's not really floating, of course. But this is the first I saw it, so I was very excited. It was an old hat to you because you had already been there.
Well, I had seen it a few weeks earlier, but I was just going to say the Animal Kingdom was not busy when we went, and it was so nice for New Year's Eve.
Now, that could all change, though, next year because who knows? I mean, it'll be opened at night. They'll have the Rivers of Light show. So maybe it will be open. Maybe they'll have fireworks. You never know.
I don't know with the animals there if they would have a big fireworks show.
This is new, the Riverside Depot. It's sort of like one extra section of their big store. And it's really nice. It smells so new in there.
Right. I was like, this is like new store smell.
Now, I hadn't seen this. This is the Avatar wall. This is the wall that used to lead to the where Mickey is.
Camp
Mickey Minnie or Minnie Mickey.
And I missed that for Christmas. That was a nice area.
Oh, yeah. They used to. Well, maybe they'll decorate Avatar Land. They can string some lights up on the floating.
Blue lights.
Yes. But this was really cool to see the wall. I hadn't been there yet. So apparently they're putting a new restaurant right beyond this.
Right. Well, behind Pete Safari is, I don't know very much about the restaurant. I'll probably have to look it up, but I don't know how much information is out there yet.
Right. There probably isn't much, but it's that construction that we can see. We've heard it's going to be a restaurant. So anyway, you can see there it is, the boulder, and then when you pull back, and there's the wall. So that's enough. We won't be talking about Avatar Land anymore. I just thought
it seems like it's been taking a long time. Like, I don't know how long Star Wars Land would be. Like, I would assume 5 or 6 years at this point. It's not. Nothing is quick.
Well, speaking of things not being quick, here is the Rivers of Light. Although this should be done soon this year,
hopefully
this
in spring.
And this kind of reminds me of the seating area that they have at Fantasmic in a way. I don't know if it'll be seating or standing or what, but you can sort of see. It looks like it would be seating. I hope it's seating.
No, I mean it looks just like seating, so I expect that's what it is.
Well, if it is, it's a big area, and I think this will be a great addition to a Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Well, considering, I mean, Animal Kingdom's been open almost 20 years now, and they haven't had a nighttime show yet. That's a very long time. They haven't had a lot of additions really until the last year or so.
Right, and Animal Kingdom isn't usually open at night, and when it is, it's kind of a special thing. That's why we stayed a little bit later and enjoyed some of the rides at night. And I love it. I think it's a beautiful park at night, and I think having this will really give us new possibilities.
Well, I definitely enjoyed being there after dark. It's not very hard to be there after dark if it's open. I mean, it's like 5:30 or 6 is when it gets dark.
Right.
And we stayed a few hours after that.
But you could see this goes around and around. It's a big area. And also they had these lights that were kind of hidden in the bushes, and I've seen lights like that before at a Disney California Adventure for the World of Color. Mm-hmm. It'll be a similar show. Well, tell us, what do you know? What do we know about the show?
I don't think there's really going to be the fireworks. Like, I don't think they'll do that, but there's supposed to be live music, floating lanterns, water screens, and swirling animal imagery. And that's something that we said like a year and a half ago.
Right.
There hasn't been a ton of information that I have seen online, and I actually just looked to make sure about the show. So I think it will probably be a terrific show, though, and Animal Kingdom needs it.
I agree. And when I said fireworks earlier, I was talking about a special New Year's Eve fireworks.
Oh, I don't think they would have that, like Epcot.
Speaking of New Year's Eve, though, last night, this was unbelievable. 5-minute wait for the safari.
That was very nice. We had a fast pass first, and it said 30 minutes, and then we got off, and it said 5, but it wasn't 5, it was 0,
Right.
which was even better.
We encountered quite a bit of 0 that
Yes,
night, so
it
that
was
was
really
very good.
good.
And these lions were in full force. Look at the big yawn going on there. You got a great picture of that with your new camera.
Yeah, it was nice. All the lions were out on the second time we went around. The first time it was just the women.
Yes. Well, they were kind of saying the male lion doesn't do anything and he just sleeps. So
well, that's what it looks like.
There was some kind of meaning to that. I don't
know.
quite get. But no, we always enjoy the safari. You know, they always say the safari in the very early morning or at dusk at one of the last safaris is the most active, and that certainly was true in this case.
We didn't see the hyenas. There's a new hyena and a wild
Painted
painted
dogs, yeah,
right?
I would have liked to see that. They must
but
have
those-
gone to sleep for the night.
Right, they must have taken them in by then.
And some more animals now, very lively animals. I see a Baloo here coming in. We met Baloo.
Probably the last day on their holiday outfits.
That's
I
right.
don't want to say holiday. I mean, their scarves.
That's right. And
Their
King
holiday
Louie. Let's not
scarves.
forget about King Louie.
Right.
They were very playful, though. Always fun. We love meeting the characters, of course. So, and we put our photo pass to our free or included photo pass to good use.
I think that's one of the better options that we've had on the annual pass.
You know, I think this Baloo is taking lessons from Shrek.
I think so too.
He's
a little
being
bit.
a little bit nutty, isn't he? But again, I loved interacting with them. They were a lot of fun. We got some real nice pictures. And it's Mickey and Minnie in their Christmas finery. We have not seen them in this outfit here. We did see them in this outfit in California, though.
Right, and again, I think this is kind of the last day probably for
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah, we caught it just in the nick of time.
It was really nice, and we had a fast pass, but I think it was almost a zero wait
Yeah, it was
anyway.
pretty much a 0. It was a walk-in. This was great. Some of the floats from the old parade was out here.
Right, and keep jamming jungle.
Jammin'
Parade,
jungle, jamming in the jungle.
Yes, because it's hard to remember because I keep
because you're thinking jingle, jingle,
yes.
jangle, jungle, or whatever that was.
Jingle.
But it was
Jungle.
great to see the floats back out. We got to take pictures. I forgot to put one in, but we had a picture with this giraffe, and it was really cool. And you could see it was certainly not crowded. It wasn't like being in the Magic Kingdom or Epcot for
right.
sure.
And they didn't have them out like all day. It was the last time that we went back to this Harambe.
And there's a little
Party.
Little clip of the party. I see you taking pictures with your the
I was
iPhone there.
Trying to get a little bit of video. It was very tough to get. Like I keep getting his backside. Any time I moved, I ended up with his back. So,
but it was great. It was always, again, I had such a good time. This was a really fun party. I enjoyed this.
It was a lot of fun, and it wasn't that. You can see how not that busy it is.
It was busier earlier, though.
Right.
This was because they extended the hours until 10 o'clock, and maybe people did not know that. And this was probably after 9 when we recorded this.
Well, Dale, like all of a sudden made like a million different poses. Like I wasn't asking him for
There's
like
no
poses.
one around, so Dale is just seeing how far you're going to go with this.
And then he turns around. No, it was a lot of fun. So it's like, I mean, if he's going to pose, I might as well get all the pictures.
Look at this. I tell you. And I, like you said, I think it might be the last day of his Christmas attire, too.
Is that would that
I
be
believe
holiday
that is
attire?
Christmas
I
attire.
don't even know. Is that maybe from
Perhaps
the
it's his
jingle and the
jungle-
jungle
yeah.
parade attire?
But he really liked posing for you, didn't he?
He
I
did.
think he just didn't want to go
Like
dance.
15.
Gave you a big hug. But look at that. I mean, nobody. It was delightful.
This was around 8 p.m., so you can see it's not like Epcot or something. So we really enjoyed this.
You know, we've been going and dealing with lots of crowds, so for us, we thought it would be nice to have a little bit more of a relaxing New Year's
Peaceful.
Eve.
It was very peaceful,
and we
more
certainly
so than
got
expected.
that at Animal Kingdom. And one of these years, we'll go back for the Bedlam. We'll probably go to Hollywood Studios again. If we had to pick a park, I think Hollywood Studios.
That would be
is
the
where
one
I'd
I
wanna
prefer.
be.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this, a walk on. It says 5 minutes.
8:30.
It was not 5 minutes at all to Everest.
I think about an hour and a half earlier, it had been about 40 minutes when we had gotten we had a fast pass. And then, by 8:30, it was actually a walk-on by now. I mean, it says 5, but it wasn't 5.
It was funny, though, because the cart stopped right as you're looking out, like where the track breaks, and you were getting a little nervous.
I know. When you get to the very top and we were in the front row,
Mm-hmm.
and then it stopped for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, is it going to go? Is it going to go?
These are very unique, by the way, these Christmas decorations from the dinosaurs and Dinoland. I thought that was very unique and something that we don't always notice. So this was all about trying to find unique things this year.
I'm sure, I think we don't notice them as much because we're not usually there in the evenings. I know
Right.
I've seen them, but just not every year.
So, and of course, on the way out, we had to see the Christmas tree with all the animals. Again, never see it at night with all the sparkles and everything, so it looked pretty good.
And, next year we will see it at night because every night should be open for the, because of the show. So that will be nice.
So anyway, we want to wish everyone a happy new year. It's been a great year. We have a lot of really cool surprises coming up, especially in the next week or so. So hang in there.
In about 2 weeks.
In about 2 weeks. In about 2
yes.
weeks, we'll have something really cool. Anyway, thanks to our official travel agency, pixievacations.com.
And
our official ticket agency, Maple Leaf Tickets. You can see we're really prepared.
Yes.
And of course, Theme Park Connection, our official original sponsor.
Yes.
Official original sponsor. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great week, and thanks very much for listening.
Happy New Year.